So today we're going to be changing the grit to grit number 4 on the National Geographic 1-pound rock tumbler. Let's get started. So first you're going to want to open your rock tumbler barrel. Open this lid. Okay. Perfect. Set this aside. Now you're going to want to take this rubber lid off to expose the nastiness in there. Like this. Perfect. Okay, now set this aside. You're going to want to pour the water that's already in there out into the bucket. Like this. Try not to dump any of the rocks out either. Okay, you're going to want to turn your water on. Like so. Get your hose. Then just start rinsing it out until the water comes out clear. You could even turn your water pressure up a little bit more. Spilled some right there, whoops. And then if you want to, you could get that lid too. You're gonna need to rinse that off. So now that the water's clear, you can stop rinsing them and we can drain them. Like so. Look at those beauties. This is petrified wood. Alright, so now I'm going to go weigh them so I can see how many pounds they are, and that decides how much grit I put into the tumbler. Okay, so I have cleaned up every piece. Clean. I made sure I cleaned the edges really well as well so that there is no leftover grit. And I have cleaned the barrel on the top rim. Right here. Okay, so now we're going to take step 4, which is aluminum oxide, 1200 grit. We're going to take 1 tablespoon of that, maybe 1.5. Okay. 1 tablespoon. Gonna put that in there. Make sure to not breathe that in either. And then I'm gonna put in 1/2. So next I'm going to take some of these pellets and I'm going to put some in there to give the rocks extra cushioning while they're tumbling. So I'm gonna put maybe about 4 tablespoons in here. Maybe 3. Actually, I'm just gonna do 4. Okay, so now that that's done, we're gonna close her up. So, I'm going to put this back on. Just once again, this is Polly Plastics Aluminum Oxide 1200 fine. And you can buy this on Amazon for about $15.99 for about 1 pound. These are 1/2 pound containers. Okay, so now we're going to put this on. Make sure it's nice and tight. Gonna put the top on. I like to tighten it down so that there is no gap in between the lid and the middle piece. So now we're gonna go take the nut and we're gonna screw it on the screw. So I got the nut, now we're gonna screw it back on the top of the lid. Make sure that it is extra tight. Like that. Gonna give it a good shake. Okay, now we're gonna go set it on the tumbler base. Okay, so I'm back at the tumbler base. We're gonna put the tumbler, the barrel back on the base, and then we're gonna set it for 1 week. Okay, and then we're gonna check back in 1 week and see how they look. So we'll see you in 1 week. Now I'm gonna show you how to dispose of the water. So first you're gonna take your bucket, and I'm gonna go throw it into the yard waste bin. Perfect, now we're done. But just make sure that you don't pour it down your sink because it will clog it. It's basically like cement when it dries up. So just make sure that you don't pour it down your sink. We'll see you next time. This concludes my video on how to change the National Geographic 1-pound rock tumbler to stage 4. I'm hoping that they get shiny, so stay tuned, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.